Customers today, they really expect a highly sort of personalized experience. They expect you to know them, to know what they care about, how they live, not just what they like to buy. They also expect to have a sort of deeper relationship with the brands and companies that they trust. Companies have to think very carefully about how do you address customers such that you use the amazing data that you have to offer the most personalised and unique experience possible.
In the last 10 years, we've seen stationary trade and e-commerce switch roles. In the past, in about 1996, stationary trade was responsible for the majority of revenues coming through retail, and e-commerce was a small fraction. Now we see that that is completely polarized and flipped. Retail is largely e-commerce driven. It's internet, it's online, it's happening with our devices, our phones, our computers. And retail, in terms of how people are walking through stationary trade, is on a downward trend. For some certain products, obviously day-to-day goods, we have to go to a store to buy them.
Social media has really profoundly impacted how customers view brands and products and companies. Basically, customers now care about what other customers say about you or about your product or about your services. So that's really changed the game in terms of traditional advertising and brand communication. And companies, especially those with long heritage and tradition, have to think very carefully about how do they engage with as many customers as possible in social channels.
Organizations that treat customers as the most valuable part of their business, and most organizations do, need to be aware that with the data that they're being given, they have a great responsibility to protect it and to protect their customers. We need to be very, very deliberate about our approach to protecting our consumers' data. And in Europe, this is particularly important. Brand is a virus. It's something that needs to infiltrate all aspects of your organization. It changes the way that your staff engage with each other, it changes the way that your customers engage with your product, and it changes the way that your business engages with the world. And our job working in business is to try to figure out ways to grow the virus.
Especially consumer-facing companies have a huge volume of data from customers, a huge amount of feedback, and a huge amount of input. And I think how you use that data responsibly is something that all companies, and particularly all boards, need to think about and have a point of view around. And when you get it wrong, you have to say that you've got it wrong and you have to fix it quickly. And as long as they behave responsibly, it's inevitable that people will make mistakes in this new world as we try out new technologies, but I think that's fine.